In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some radiator issues that some people are asking me questions about and reporting. Of course, the most common problem you'll have with a radiator is simply that it's leaking. If it's leaking at the plastic joints on the end or the plastic side tanks or at a connection, there's a chance that it's just cracked, deteriorating, old, and needs to be replaced. Plain coolant roulette's no good. Nothing that I advise for anybody. So just find yourself a radiator, good quality one, and replace it. It's something that you might have to do every 10 or 15 years. Sometimes you'll see dried coolant deposits along the seam. There's a chance that the hose is going bad. Replace the hose. If you don't see any cracks or nothing in the radiator, check it in a few days. Clean the radiator off at the hose joint. Hopefully that'll do it for you. Now, a few people have reported to me that they have seen oil in their coolant bottle. They were thinking they had a blown head gasket. That is normally not the case, especially if you have a vehicle that shares a radiator with some oil coolant, like these turbocharged Volvo 850s and 70 series cars do. They have oil lines that come up and connect to the radiator. There's one there, look rusty. And in the event that the radiator has a failed internal component, it could allow engine oil to transfer into the coolant system, and that oil will rise to the highest point, which is in your reservoir bottle. So if you see oil in your reservoir bottle, there's a good chance that you have a bad radiator. If you have a turbocharged car that allows the oil to be cooled with the same radiator that carries your antifreeze. The oil system has more pressure than the radiator system. That's why oil transfers into the coolant system. Now, another issue that these vehicles have is sometimes the radiator will fail internally and transfer coolant into the transmission. The coolant system has more pressure than the transmission, so it may transfer coolant into your transmission, and that'll cause transmission problems. So if you ran into a situation where you're starting to have transmission problems, check your level and check your fluid on your transmission. If the fluid doesn't look nice, bright, and red, it could be mixing coolant in there. And if that's happening, your transmission fluid level will be on the rise. You want to stop driving immediately, replace your radiator, and flush your transmission system. Total transmission fluid flush, where you let the transmission pump out old fluid, suck in new fluid until you got the whole system replaced, because you don't want coolant in your transmission. That'll ruin it. So it's very rare to have a head gasket problem on these cars, especially if the motor hadn't overheated. If you suspect you have a head gasket issue, you could drain the oil, see if you see any coolant in there, or you can watch one of my other videos that talks about blown head gasket. If you feel that this information was beneficial, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can also subscribe to my channel so that you can get notification of future videos that I post. Visit my channel. I have all types of do-it-yourself videos there. You can leave questions here and I'll try to respond to them as quick as possible. You can also visit my website at robertspinner.com. Thanks again for watching.